Hey guys, Dean Po here for another video, and I thought for today's video we're gonna do something different, right? There's gonna be a lot of content coming up with the sorry, the half year anniversary coming up, and I thought I'd just take some time and reflect back on the past 6 months, right? And why I think now is probably the best time to join and play Street Fighter Duel, right? Just throwing it out there, I am not part of the creator program. I'm not paid to endorse this game. I'm not, incentivized in any other way other than just wanting to see the community thrive when I talk about this game in good light, right? And I'll get back to it in a second why I think now is the best time to play Street Fighter Duel, right? So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, it's been a roller coaster of 6 months, right? And why I mean as a roller coaster. So when this game launched, a lot of mistakes were made, and a lot of mistakes were made in the way there was no communication, right? Next to no communication. The games got introduced, was very well received up until, right, they introduced MHCan. So a lot of people like myself got sold on the nostalgia, right? So this is my account that you see here. As you can see, this is a spenders account, right? It is by no means an Uber whale account. I mean, now it might be considered an Uber whale account given all the major whales dropped out. But, or majority should say have dropped off. But this is by no means a massive, massive spenders account, right? Like, I know people that have spent $20,000, $30,000 in this game. I'm nowhere near that. Nowhere near that, right? I've made some really smart investments. I got very lucky with Evil Ryu, and I got very lucky with Akuma. I absolutely got shafted with Go Kendo, and Virgil was so, right? So, let's begin where it all started to go wrong with this game. So, enter MHCan. What a unit, right? Like, we all knew this unit was going to be, one of those units that's going to last you for the whole life cycle of the game. We knew it was not going to be like outdated anytime soon, because he was still meta in the other versions at that point in time, right? So he was also the first trigger unit to be introduced, and just that was the turning point, right, when things started to go wrong, because he was a special currency. Like, we have so many different currencies in this game. Why do we need more currencies, right? So we had the faction coin, we have the arcade coin. And then they introduced the MHCan currency, right? And it was a massive uproar. People started refunding. So that was strike number one, right? Then, then came Akuma. And essentially, history repeated itself. Only they were a bit more consistent on the format. And they said, okay, going forward, we're going to have these special summons, right? For all these limited units. And they said, well, why can't we do divination? Because, Akuma is a Street Fighter character. And that's when people sort of realized, like, oh shit, like, now it's trying to just milk us as much as they can. So a lot of people were like, already in the bad books, and this was just made it that much worse, right? And then from there on, it was just a little bit some incidents here and there, lots of bugs that went like unfixed, lots of characters that were not fixed. And now, 6 months later, we are where we are, right? You see that the majority of the Uber whales stopped spending, they dropped off. And I think that's a good thing, right? Because this game has become increasingly more and more free-to-play friendly. Now you have like Midsummer Adventure, where you get like 2 units for free, essentially. You get 50 to guaranteed tickets based on the, prior to the event. Then you get another, like, say, how much is that? 12, 13, so that's always like 25 there, plus 15 there, 40 from this. And then if you're, fortunate enough to do really well in this, you then get the rewards from that as well, right? So it's a lot a lot better than what it used to be, all right? And if we say we went and we looked at say Super Showdown, for example, I mean, my zone alone, it's like so many people here that, haven't spent, or that particular person there has, but with like really low spenders like Dolphins, or free to play like this guy here, and they're competing in Showdown, right? And they get more tickets out of it, so they don't need to spend, right? There's no need for them to spend, because what is the point? Like there's people such as myself, right? They're never gonna catch up to us unless they spent a ridiculous amount of money. So, but still, they're getting something out of it, right? So, if they're smart enough, every 2 to 3 months, they can potentially get like a special unit usable, right? Like Payne did. He got Akuma on one of his accounts, he got Iri on the other of his account, and he didn't spend a cent on it, right? And you have many other people that are, now you can see that they're coming through and they have Iryus, they have Akumas, they have all sorts of characters, right? So we look at these guys here. You know, like, he's just, people are competing in Final Showdown that have no right competing, but now the game has reached a stage where all the major whales have dropped off, and you have people like this that essentially come in and are able to, you know, reap the benefits. And that's why I think this is now the best time to join the game. Why? Because all the trials and error have been made, right? You would like to think by now that developers have learned. They're becoming a lot more generous, right? They're adding a lot more new games, game modes. You know, you have characters that are not pay to win, like Sea Viper, that are competing, or probably even better than Akuma, for example, for bossing, right? PvP probably not, but like bossing in any other event, like I think she's way better than Akuma. And my Akuma is level 80 here, right? With like another, how many cars did I have? Duplicates for this guy. So it's 4 there, 8 there, 12. So 12 plus the original. He's got 18 cars, right? It's, I don't know, like for me, you know, as a spender, I've spent nowhere near as much in the past couple of months as I used to. But as a spender, like, it's really good to see a lot of people becoming more engaged, more competitive without having to break the bank, right, on a game that'll probably go away in 2 years' time, a year and a half, 2 years' time, right? I hope it lasts a lot longer than that, obviously. There's still so many characters they can bring out, but in essence, what I'm trying to say is now the game is far better off than it was when it launched, right? Much better, because it gives you so many opportunities to earn new characters and progress. And you know, if we look now and we go here, and where is it? So they've made Supreme Fist a lot easier than it used to be, right? Shadowloo City, now we have Satsu mode, which essentially is double the rewards. This hasn't really changed much, so that's been the same. There's tons of rewards here. There is, you know, tons of rewards here. Then we have the introduced path of trials. You get really good rewards here. Yeah, I just think this game is now better than ever, right? And you can literally join, be free to play, and still enjoy all the content, still be somewhat competitive. And I don't know, like, I mean, what more can you expect as a free to play, right? You can participate in all the events. You have a decent chance of getting selected characters. You won't be able to get all the characters, but you'll definitely be able to get some, right? And then we have secret training. Let me know your thoughts, but I think now, prior to the half-year anniversary, if you are looking to get into Street Fighter Duel, or you're a guy that, you know, or a girl that played for the first 2 or 3 months and then got fed up of what the developers were doing with the game, I strongly urge you, or I would strongly recommend that you come back and you give this game another go. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, even contrary to popular opinion, right? There's a lot of people that are still disillusioned with the game. I personally take it for what it is, which is an idle game. You know, I don't expect too much, and I'm having an absolute blast with it, right? I really like it. You know, we have a great Discord happening where we discuss boss events, or we discuss Showdown. I just feel like the game now, and sorry for repeating myself, it's in a better state than it was when it launched, and hopefully this trend continues and we get a good half-year anniversary event. And speaking of half-year anniversary, so for half-year anniversary, we'll be getting a legendary fashion can, right? And hopefully the developers have listened to the feedback and the community, and this is free, like Fashion Blanca, right? Well, that's another point to mention. So Fashion Blanca here, he was meta, right, for a very, very, very long time. Like, he was the #1 boss unit, right? Would it be AoE or single target? And then came Flame Chun-Li, which essentially elevated him even further. Even though I would argue she's probably now the best bossing unit, right? Because she buffs Flame so much. And now with Fashion Ken being introduced, you know, he's just going to be just as busted when it comes to Flame units. So, as I said, if you stop playing the game for a while now and you're thinking about coming back, this is definitely the time to get back into it. I've already seen a couple of returning players, and I would really like to see a lot more. So it's, you know, the guilds have become more active again, and just a lot more people playing it. It's, you know, it was really fun when you know, servers were full and the chat was full. Now, you know, the numbers have dropped off. We do see a lot of new players, but it'll be good to see many returning ones. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think this game can recover? You don't think this game can recover? I personally hope it can. I think it's heading in the right direction, albeit after a lot of trial and error, but it's a start, right? Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.